Yo, I respectfully disagree podcast, episode 119. Flying solo on this one, man. Today's episode, man, I just want to talk about briefly the male ego in terms of relationships. Like I said, I'm just going to touch on that briefly because something funny happened. And this is like the second time, but I'll touch on that here in a minute. But it's almost my favorite time of the year, which is start of basketball season. And a few things have been going on in basketball, so I kind of want to talk about that. But for starters, man, shout out to everybody that listened and gave feedback on the best hamburger spot episode. That was definitely a fun episode to do. Like I said, it generated a lot of conversation, man. I seen some people, share the post, and it created conversation amongst their circle of friends and things like that. And like I said, I'm very appreciative for E and Coach Avery pulling up, when we come and do these episodes, man. And I tell people, it's like, I really want to grow the podcast. I'm trying to figure out how to monetize this thing, because in my free time, I sit around, I watch podcasts and just listen to different people's stories and things like that. I find that very interesting. And it's like, how can I take our stories or some of our fun episodes, favorite this or favorite that, and broadcast it to the masses, just not necessarily for the money, but in terms of just getting different perspectives on things and just giving people something to talk about. People, tune in and listen to it. A lot of people say they listen to the podcast when they're at work and things like that. So that's the part that's fun to me. Like, as long as I know people are listening to it and it gets their creative wheels turning, then mission accomplished. But like I said, at this point, I've been doing the podcast now for almost 2 years. And it's like, all right, there's a lot of man hours and time and stuff invested into that. So how can we grow it to the point to where now we're getting paid for our efforts? And I also want to get to the point where if anybody comes on this podcast, man, I want to reward them for their time. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like, we can't get that back. And I'm very appreciative and thankful for people that pull up, and whether it's an hour, 2 hours, whatever, you're dedicating time out of your day to help me with the podcast. So shout out to everybody again for listening to the episode, generating that conversation, getting that feedback. And also I want to thank everybody that has purchased a t-shirt. I was actually shocked yet again. I've said that on the episodes a few times. It's like when I first done the t-shirts, about a year and a half ago, I was shocked at how many people actually wanted a shirt. And then yet again, here we are, put the new shirts out, and boom, people's like, hey, let me get this size, get that size, da. And I'm actually going to take the money and invest in a new camera. Like I said, I was kind of disappointed with the last episode in terms of the YouTube production, because for whatever reason I couldn't get my audio file to work, and that's why it sounds so low on YouTube. So I'm telling myself, it's like, if I just start, getting a little bit better in terms of equipment, then you'll have a product that you're actually proud of, and you're not embarrassed or ashamed when you get that playback. So because I lost the audio, I had to use the audio from the camera. And a few people was like, hey, cuz, man, you got to start turning it up, man. I can barely hear it. And I apologize for that. So like I said, I'm going to use the money from the t-shirt sales and invest in a new camera. So once again, man, thanks to everyone out there. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. It definitely means a lot. So, like I said, basketball season is approaching. That's my favorite time of the year. Huge basketball junkie. And it's a few things that we were supposed to talk about, which was the Boston Celtics situation with their coach being suspended for a year. But it looks like my wife backed out. I said she's a diehard Boston Celtics fan, and she's actually the one that wanted to talk about it. And I told her, I was like, the floor is yours, but, you know what I'm saying, several days have passed. I guess she forgot about it or she don't want no parts of it. I don't know. But like I said, I'm a briefly touch on that. It's none of my business per se. For those that don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody knows by now, but the coach for the Boston Celtics, who was dating Nia Long, apparently was in a relationship or entanglement with a lady or females within the Boston organization, and that is a no-no in terms of their rules and regulations for their organization. And he's been suspended for the entire basketball season. Now, a lot of people were, making it about, men versus women and this and that. And it's like, that's not the angle that I want to take. But I will say this. If it was a consensual relationship, then I feel that as much as they have thrown his name under the bus and made him, the target of it all, I feel like her name needs to be out there too. I think the world needs to know what kind of consequences she had to face as a result of whatever happened based on her role that she played in that whole situation as well. Like, it doesn't sit well with me that, this guy has to take the fall for it and he's suspended. This has become a worldwide storyline. So not only did the man, get suspended or possibly lose his job, now his family's impacted by that. You know what I'm saying? You have this court of public opinion, and I don't necessarily think that's fair because, in my opinion, it's like there's a lot of things that goes on. There's a lot of things that goes on, tongue-tied, behind closed doors in terms of relationships or, people doing inappropriate things or inappropriate relationships as it pertains to the work environment or, these guys is going from city to city on a regular basis, flying across the world, different countries and things like that. And it's like, not justifying what may or may not have happened, but I'm just saying it's like, that's something that happens every day. I don't feel that he should be made the example of this is what's going to happen if you have inappropriate behaviors in the workplace. Like, that should have been kept private, in my opinion. Once the season started, they could have been like, hey, due to, private matters, we decided to relieve the coach of his duties for the season as an internal punishment. All parties involved have been, it's been handled. But to publicly humiliate that man, not only him as well as, Nia Long. I had this on deck for my wife.
Jump right now. You want to focus, all right, nigga. You want to focus on this. Do you know who I am?
This is why we couldn't never work out, Nia.
Do you know who I am?
I know. I said your name. I know who you
are. I'm Nia Long, and don't you forget it, nigga.
What? That's right, girl. I told you. When he get on, he gonna leave your ass.
I had a great conversation chopped up for me and my wife in my head. Like, I wanted to give her the blues because she was angry. Like, she was very upset about it all. But surprisingly, I don't think women reacted in the manner that I thought they would. You know what I'm saying? Like I think more men came to the aid of Nia Long than women. Why that is, I don't know. But I think the part that I really found interesting was that they've been engaged since 2016. So I'm saying to myself, it's like, you know, she's a famous actress. He's been in the NBA realm for quite some time now. So in terms of finances, I don't want to count people's pockets, but I'm like, if they really wanted to have a wedding ceremony or get married, then I would assume that by now that would have happened. So if you've been engaged since 2016, I think they share a child. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into their personal business because that's none of my business. But I'm like, there's a reason why they ain't officially tied that knot yet. So I don't know if I necessarily want to bash him for stepping out because we don't know their situation behind closed doors, which is why I felt that this shouldn't be a public situation because people are going to bash him simply because it's Nia Long. You know what I'm saying? Like I made a post on my Instagram with the little Boys in the Hood scene where she was crying to Trey because Trey was trying to get the skins, and she's like, you know, I ain't ready for all that. And but all jokes aside, man, I hope all of that, you know what I'm saying, works out for the best. I've seen a lot of sports people talking about that man should lose his job and this, and I'm like, bro, come on now, not for no private matter. Especially if it was consensual. And that seems to be the common theme now. It's like men get jammed up, and what role did the woman play in this as well? And that's why I tell people all the time, it's like, if it's, in my opinion, let me preference that statement first. In my opinion, if it's not a situation where a man forced himself on a woman and he raped her or made her do something that she didn't want to do, if that's not the case, then what are we talking about? Like, why is the court of opinion coming for these people when they're being human? You know what I'm saying? Like, we had that whole episode about Deshaun Watson and things like that, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? People really wanted that man to go to prison and wanted him to lose his job and this and that for things that's like, yeah, it may be deemed inappropriate to some, but if he didn't force himself on these people, then what are we talking about? But again, that's neither here nor there. Definitely looking forward to the NBA season starting up, man. Like I said, that's my favorite time of the year. Quite naturally, Golden State's probably going to be the favorites. And then after all that craziness with the Brooklyn Nets, you know what I'm saying, like the Lakers, the win got Pat Bev. Hopefully Pat Bev can save the season. So we'll see. But real quick, I want advice from whoever's listening. I'm gonna be sure to reach out to, you know, a couple of my friends that I know coach basketball on different levels, whether it's middle school, high school, whatever. I need help. And so far, you know, we don't officially start our season until November, but we've gone through tryouts, we've gone through conditioning and things like that. And you all ever wonder, you know, you ever picture things and in your head it's just picture perfect and this is just going to work out perfect. You got this plan, and once you try to put that plan in motion, bro, it doesn't work how you thought it was going to work. And that's kind of where I am, because, like, for those that don't know, I help volunteer to coach elementary school basketball. And last year we had a great season. We ended up losing in the championship game. And my initial thought was like, all right, we got 6 kids coming back from that team. So sky's the limit. In my mind, I'm treating this like it was me as an adult. Like, I'm going to grind all summer, work on my weaknesses. I'm coming back prepared. I'm ready. So even as a coach, it's like I had an idea of all the things that I wanted us to try to do at the beginning of the year so that we corrected the mistakes that we made in that championship game. And it's like, all right, how do we build on this? So I'm like, cool, we got 6 kids coming back. I know their strengths, their weaknesses. So as soon as we get back in the gym, I don't have to worry about ball handling. I don't have to worry about layups. I'm pretty sure they done spent all summer shooting and doing this and doing that. So they're going to be even better than they were last year. I'm amped. I'm excited. And we're a few weeks now, several weeks into practices. And it's like, okay, we legit might as well should have just, as soon as the championship game was over, walked straight into the gym and practice from right then and there, because it almost feels like they're the same exact team. There's a few kids that, you saw that they put in some work over the summer, but a lot of the mistakes that they were making last year, we're back making them again. So now in my mind, for every step that we took forward, we've taken 3 steps back. It may be me overthinking, I don't know, but it's like it's not going according to how it's been in my head all summer long. And that's the part that I want to, ask for advice. It's like, how can I reach these kids? Because you try talking to them calmly. That doesn't work. Then you try, yelling and trying to motivate them and this and that. And that doesn't work. So now it's like, all right, I'm in here pissed off. I'm trying my best not to wear my heart on my sleeve, but it's like, all right, these kids know I'm pissed off. But they're not changing their efforts as it relates to focusing on making your layups. Take the free throws serious. Like, we're in there shooting free throws for 10 or 15 minutes, and they just jacking it up. If I come up here and tell you how to hold the ball the right way, you know what I'm saying? Spread your fingers, pop your wrists, do all this and that. And it's like they don't even attempt to try to do it the way that we're instructing them to do it. And I'm saying to myself, I'm like, bro, like, why can't we reach these kids? We've been practicing long enough to where a lot of the mistakes that they are making, we've given them the tools to correct them. But every day is a repeat of yesterday. And the other day I kind of got out of character. Shout out to Coach. We were scrimmaging, and the team that I had, it was just like, for whatever reason, that particular day, it's just like nothing was working. Turnover after turnover, scared. And it's like, some of these are the kids that was on the team last year. Like, man, we went through all these games last year and y'all come into practice and y'all still timid. You scared. It's like, dog, like, what the F is really going on? Like, this should be an afterthought. Like, in my mind, I felt like practice should be like, we're going to have to tell y'all to scale it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all should be going at each other, iron sharpening iron. But instead, it's like, dude, like, what are y'all doing? But we getting our butts beat. And coach is like, can we full court press? I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, man, y'all up fucking 20 points. Like, why are you trying to stop a hole in these kids' confidence? But I'm so mad to where I was just like, you know what? I don't care. Let them get beat. I don't even care. And I done turned into Birdie from above the rim. I'm over here kicking the bleachers and everything. And it's like, I'm showing these kids a side of me that I really don't want them to see, because at that point now it's like, all right, are you ruining their confidence? You don't want them to feel like they're failing, or they, don't have a love for the game because I'm yelling at them. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're already in their feelings and, kind of scared. But now I'm making matters worse because I'm yelling at them. But it's like, okay, I tried talking to you all. I tried like, hey, quit turning the ball over. Get in there and rebound. But if I say that calmly and then the next 2 trips down the court, you do the same thing you was just doing, now it's like, okay, is it because you really don't know how? Or is it because you really don't give a damn? And that's the part that I'm trying to figure out. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the season doesn't start till November. It's getting ready to be the first week of October. I'm hoping that this fall break is going to be a reset button for all of us. Because I'm not going to lie. Like, I've been burnt all the way out. All the way out to the point to where it's like, all right, I know these kids sick of me. I'm sick of them. I don't mean it in that sense, but I'm just saying, like, okay, like every day I'm in here yelling, losing my voice. Nah. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we're able to hit that reset button and hit the ground running once we actually start playing games. But I am looking for some advice, tips, anything to help reach these kids, because I honestly feel like we wasn't like that growing up, bro. Anything our coaches told us to do, man, we done it. And if we couldn't do it, we kept working on it until we could. Where now it's like, bro, go up with your left hand. I can't. And they won't even try. I'm like, bro, we're in practice. Like, this is the time to try so you can get better at it. Now, if we in a game, I wouldn't advise you go up with your left hand because you're not comfortable with it yet. But in practice, bro, keep trying. Like, you're here to get better, but it's just like talking to these walls. So we'll see, man. Like I said, y'all pray for us, man. Y'all pray for me and Coach, man. Last, this is just gonna be one of them quick things. Like I said, I want to talk about the male ego in terms of relationships. And I don't know what it is about men and this thought process that they're supposed to control women or have control over women or whatever the case need be. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this is like the second time that someone has referenced this. And it just kind of made me, you know what I'm saying, kind of raise my eyebrow at their whole thought process. So the kids are on fall break, and to celebrate, you know, a friend of ours' birthday, my wife and, you know, some friends of hers, they're taking a trip. Now, originally it started as a girls trip, but I think, you know, a couple of guys are going, and I was actually invited to go, but I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't feel like going. So, cool, go have fun. You deserve it. You need a break anyway. I got the kids, don't worry about it. Peace out. So, the conversation comes up and it's like, you letting your wife go out the country without you? I'm like, yeah. What's wrong with that? And you okay with that? Is that something y'all do on a regular? I'm like, I've gone places without her. She's gone places without me. Like, well, I mean, what are you getting at? And just the whole thought process of, I don't know, is it like I'm not supposed to trust her if she's not within arm's reach of me? Or we're married and I'm not supposed to let her out of my sight at all? And it's like, come on, bro. Like, are men really like that for real? And like I said, this happened. And then the first time it happened, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my wife was out having drinks with friends or coworkers, and some events happened. And I was talking to this person and I was telling them about the events that happened. And they was like, where was you at? I was like, no, I was here at home. At home? Oh, you let her go out? I'm like, let her go out? I'm like, yeah. and necessarily I don't even want to use the word let, because all it takes is, hey, I'm finna go have a few drinks. Cool, have fun. See you when you get home. Like I'm not no control freak like that. And that's the part that I'm trying to figure out. Is like, is the male ego really that fragile to where you don't trust your lady to be out on her own without thinking something's gonna happen? To me, that in my opinion, that screams insecurities or control freak. And it's crazy because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this particular person, now that I'm looking at things from this lens, it's like, you are a control freak. You are a womanizer in terms of you can go do whatever you want to do and move how you want to move. But if she decides that she wants to move in that same manner or similar to it, it's a problem. And it's like, is that really how men think? Or is it that I'm just naive or simple-minded? That make me less of a man if I allow my wife, I don't even want to say girlfriend, my wife, to go on a trip that doesn't involve me. Like, I don't have to be joined at the hip with her every time she move or want to go somewhere. And I think that's the part that people don't understand. And maybe I was talking about this with C at the gym today. I was like, I learned at an early age, you can't control people, bro. If it's something they want to do, they gonna do it. And I don't understand this whole, like, people really think you have dominion over people. I'm like, bro, this a whole human being. Like, you can't control that at all, no matter how bad you think you can. But it's like, if that person is not in your presence, you don't know what he or she is doing. You hope they're not doing anything. Y'all gotta excuse my kids. They coming in the house. Not sure if it's picking up in the background. But like I said, I'm gonna wrap it up because they just got home. I'm pretty sure they're gonna come running down here in a minute. That's a whole human being, bro. Like, you can't control that. Like, at the end of the day, you just gotta hope and pray that she ain't out there with a sneaky link and he ain't out there doing whatever he doing, and keep it moving. Like, I would be a fool if I'd sit in the house all day. Where you at? When you coming home? Who all's there? It's getting late. Don't you think you need to come back home? Like, man, I'll drive my damn self crazy. And I guess maybe, like I said, it's where I learned at an early age, bro. It's like, you can't control that. So I'm not going to drive myself crazy trying to figure out what my significant other is doing and who they doing it with and this and that. It's like, what's the little saying? What's done in the dark will eventually come to light. And if it does, it is what it is. And maybe that's why I'm looking at the Boston Celtics situation in a different light, because I'm just saying to myself, I'm like, bro, if they wasn't married, they just been engaged, yeah, you know, you would hope that he don't step out or have some kind of morals about himself and conduct himself in a better manner. But it's like, technically he's not married. And if the players on the team knew and this and that, then, hey, no harm, no foul. It's consensual, whatever. Uh-oh. I'm getting this look, y'all. Good evening.
Did you really do an episode without me?
Hey, you acted like you didn't want to do it. It's been several days now.
No. We've come home late every day.
Do y'all hear this?
We've come home late from long days.
Scoot on over so they can keep hearing you. Come on. I know we come home late, but that's part of it. You got to put in them hours. You got to dedicate yourself. Your hair looks nice.
Thank you.
I was just talking about you and your little fancy trip. Yeah, Stella's finna get her groove back, y'all. Yeah. You perfect timing, actually.
No.
This is gonna make perfect.
Miss.
This is gonna make perfect timing. I was talking about the male ego. And
I can tell by your eyes you like my hair, huh?
yeah, I like that.
I can tell by your eyes. You looking at me real different?
Yeah. Just don't find her take digs is all I say. Don't find her take digs.
Leave me alone. You are.
You are? You need a loan. You know what? That's funny you said that because I just played something earlier. I had it all out for you. I'm gonna play it again.
Jump right now.
You wanna focus, all right, nigga. You wanna focus on this. Do you know who I am?
This is why we
Why
could
what?
never. This is why we couldn't never work out, Nia.
Do you know who I am?
I know. I said your name. I know
All
who
right,
you
well,
are.
I'm me alone and don't you forget it, nigga. What?
That's right, girl. I told you. When he get
Y'all should
on,
see
he
her
gonna
face.
leave your ass.
And look, that shows you my wife is not a part of hip hop culture. She has no idea where that comes from. It's from the Kanye West video, man. That's old.
Okay, so I thought, I was like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar.
Exactly. You don't know. That's why I'm going to get off here. I'm telling you, she's not a part of this culture. I had that all planned for the episode that we were supposed to do together.
Come to me and say, hey, we're gonna record on Tuesday.
Y'all see how I'm in trouble now? When did that happen? Like a week ago. It's old news. People don't even want to talk about it no more.
You recorded on it.
Because that's a part of the conversation. No, they don't.
We're not doing this.
You just go on your little trip, have your nice little drink,
I will have multiple. Thank you very much.
enjoy yourself.
I shall.
Enjoy yourself. Because again,
You keep doing these episodes by
I don't have a fragile male ego, and I personally do not care. Like I'm not a control freak like that. Like, go have fun is all I'm gonna tell you.
encourage you to go.
It ain't about me,
But I'm
okay?
saying this. I do. Hey, go. Enjoy yourself. Do what you want to do.
Nobody can hear
Go
you.
to the game without me? Go.
Nobody can hear you. See, now you bringing up stuff that we ain't even talking about. Go on, man. You trying to mess up my episode. Trying to sabotage my episode. I'm getting ready to get off here anyway. Like I said, I think it's just interesting because I know it's people out there like that. It's like you try to control what she wears. You try to control who she's around. You try to control everything about that. And it's like, to me, that screams insecurities. And it screams the fact that sometimes it might be your own guilty conscience talking. Like, you don't want her out there because you know what you out there doing or have done in the past and things of that nature. And it's like, nah, I done been burnt by that before. So I know what men and women are capable of doing. So I've programmed my mind to know that if it's something they want to do, they're going to do it. And you can't stop them from doing it no matter how many times you try to shackle them to the house and everything else, because all they're going to do is wait till you gone. And it's going to go down either way it goes. So that's why I wanted to talk about that briefly. Like I said, I didn't want to elaborate on it just in case somebody else wants to have a deeper conversation and we can go back and forth. The invitation is out there now. If a woman wants to give her perspective on whether or not she wants a man to control her, or if he's too laid back and he doesn't have anything to say, if that's a problem. If she's like, hey, I'm going out tonight with the girls, and he just continues to let her go, is he the dummy for not inquiring about it or giving her too much freedom? Or is that just a trusting relationship and it's like, hey, go have fun? Like, that's a conversation that can be extended from here. And y'all see how she just keep making all this noise and sabotaging my episode. A hit dog gonna holler. Let me quit, y'all. Let me quit. Because I am hungry right now. What y'all eat? What y'all eat? I'm hungry. Anyways. Yeah, it's 9:00. I was waiting on you to get home, wife. I'm just fronting, y'all. I'm just playing. You better look, don't touch my machine no more. Don't touch my machine no more. Look, y'all, she done went and got her hair done and everything. Now you feeling yourself. Yeah. Stella. Probably done went and got them grays dyed too. Come here. Let the camera see you. Yeah, I'm having fun, y'all. Let me get ready to get off here. Like I said, man, appreciate all the love and support. People that are listening to the podcast, giving us feedback, copping merch, get ready, send some stuff out to Africa, bro. Shout out to my guy Mario, man. Mario's out in Africa, and he wants me to send it out there to him. So shout out to Mario. Getting that package sent out there to you, bro. Definitely rock that for me, man. And like I said, man, I definitely appreciate the support. Follow the Instagram page, I Respectfully Disagree podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Y'all, please hit that thumbs up, bro. Like, that's important, man. Like, if you watch the video, hit the thumbs up. Because based on some research that I've done, I think the more you hit the thumbs up, it changes the algorithms and things like that, and they might, you know what I'm saying, suggest it to other people and things like that. As of right now, it's like, it's just kind of private, little friends and family that go check it out or whatever. But come on, man, y'all hit the thumbs up, man. Subscribe to the channel. There's no way that I got 700 Facebook friends, 600 Instagram followers, and 100 YouTube subscribers, man. The math ain't mathing. So, man, definitely appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Shout out to Coach E, Avery, Chuck, my brother, my wife, everybody that's been on the podcast before, man. We just definitely trying to grow and get it out there, man. Hopefully, like I said, we can monetize this thing and take it to the next level, man. So, peace out, man. I got to go up here and make sure she ain't mad at me because I'm definitely hungry. Pretty sure she's going to tell me I got to fend for myself. Me and her stunting on the podcast, but it's all right, man. She brought some good entertainment there at the end. Said hopefully y'all don't tune away from it because I'm just sitting here rambling. But anyways, man, peace out.
Ass toasted, no competition. Amisha coasting. I feel so high, I feel so live. My body's in the twine. Amisha coasting. I feel so live, and I know why. Amisha coasting, giddy, fine wine, fools, malt liquor, wish me I'm high class.